Hey guys, it's your girl AFM Stories and you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys have had fun. Anyways, on this channel I create content on scholarships, student lifestyle and opportunities, and today I'm going to be talking about the differences between studio, ensuite, non-ensuite, private room, shared flat, non-shared flat. So these are lots of terms that get thrown around when students are looking for accommodation. So whether you're looking for an accommodation on university websites or external websites, a lot of people want to know what are the difference between these different types of accommodation and what are their pros and cons. I feel like that's one of the major reasons why you're watching this video. Okay, what are they, and then why should I go with either one of them? So studio, ensuite, non-ensuite, private rooms, shared rooms, private flats, shared flats. Anyways, if that's the information you're looking for, that's what this video is about. Before I proceed on this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe to my channel, and as this video progresses, if you enjoyed the content, please drop a comment or a contribution or a video request. So this video was actually requested and that's why I'm doing the video. All right, let's go straight into it. So the first type of accommodation is a studio. So a lot of people wonder, what is a studio? What exactly does it mean? Well, a studio basically is a room that has everything that you need to exist and survive, I think. Yeah, so a studio has a bed, it has TV area, it also has a kitchen in it. So all of this is inside one room. So one room has bed, it has a kitchen area, like a space for a kitchen. It also has its own bathroom and toilet in that room. Obviously TV and things to watch, your reading area. Basically it's an hybrid of everything you need in a flat, but it's crammed up to one room. So yeah, studio is for people that essentially don't like people in their space, don't like to share their space with people, just want their own privacy. You don't want to bump into people when you want to cook, you don't want to bump into people when you want to use the bathroom, you just want your own quiet space. Or maybe you're a couple and obviously you don't want to be sharing an accommodation with other people. I'm still going to go deep into the pros and cons of it, but that's just what a studio is. Now the next type is an ensuite room. So I think I should even go first with shared and private rooms. So yeah, shared private rooms. Private rooms literally is just you in that room, so you're not sharing the room with anybody else. It's just your bed in the room. And then shared rooms are rooms that have multiple beds with multiple people. So you could have 2 people in a room, so different beds, or 3 people or 4 people, depending. Some of them, I think other names are also dorm rooms or twin rooms, but that's what a shared room is. So private room, just you, shared room, multiple people. Now ensuite and non-ensuite. So for private room, so you want to be the only person in your room, an option for that is ensuite or non-ensuite. So an ensuite room basically means you have your bed, you have desks, you have storage, Wi-Fi. What I mean by storage is obviously your cupboard and things around, like table and drawer. And then ensuite means you have a bathroom, your own bathroom, which is like you're not sharing your bathroom with anybody else. So you have your own bathroom and your own toilet, so it's just for you. That's what an ensuite means. A non-ensuite means that you have the room, the decks, but you are sharing your bathroom with other people. So it can be in a flat of different people, so maybe 6 people are in a flat, or 4 people or 3 people are in a flat. You guys have your private rooms, but you share the bathroom. Now both ensuite and non-ensuite rooms, you share kitchen. So the kitchen area, the sitting area, the dining area, you guys share them. But the only difference is an ensuite, you share just the kitchen and dining area, but you have your own bathroom and toilet. And then non-ensuite, you share everything in terms of bathroom and kitchen. The only thing that is private to you is your room. Now some non-ensuite rooms are also come with basin. So obviously there are people that at least want to brush or wash their hands without having to bump into people. So non-ensuite room basins are basically rooms that have a basin in the room, so like a sink or a basin that you can wash your hand and brush in the morning. So yeah, that's also something very good if you're considering non-ensuite, because for basic things you don't want to have to bump into people, let's be very honest. And then also shared rooms. So shared rooms, obviously multiple beds, but there are shared rooms with ensuite bathroom. So at least the bathroom that you're sharing is within you and your other room members. And then non-ensuite shared rooms are, it could be one bathroom on a hall, and maybe everybody sharing that bathroom area, everybody on the hall. So all the people with multiple shared rooms have to share that bathroom or that bathroom area, which is not the most exciting thing. And then single rooms as well, I also forgot to mention that. So there's single rooms as well and double rooms. So it could be single ensuite, single non-ensuite, or double ensuite or double non-ensuite. So basically they can mix and mash these terms together, and that's why I'm trying to clarify them for you. So single rooms basically mean a single bed or single room or single bed. If they say single room, single bed, it just means that the bed is short. So it's the smallest student bed. And then double bed is a bed that two people can sleep on, literally. And so maybe couples might want to sleep on a double bed, or even you yourself, you don't want to sleep on a very small cramped up bed. Like my bed is still wide. I don't think my bed is a full double though, but it's not single either. So it's still wide and comfortable because I roll a lot. I don't want to have to fall down. And obviously when you have people around, you want to be able to have people to share a bed with. Like maybe you have friends over, or you have your partner, or you want to have a bed that can fit more than one person. But then obviously there are different factors that can make you decide which of them you want. So I hope that has clarified the terms. Now we're going to talk about why you should pick any of them and what the pros and cons are for each and every one of them. So I feel like the most important thing that people really consider, to be honest, is the cost. So beyond all the other fancy things that we're talking about, all the differences, it's really about your budget. How much do you have? How much are you willing to spend? If you have a large budget, so you have a lot of money, or you have a lot of you have a good budget for your accommodation, and you're someone that likes your space, your privacy, then a studio might be for you, because studios are the most expensive because of that privacy. You're paying for it. Or maybe you're a couple, you guys can actually split the cost of a studio, so you guys can pay it together or something. But yeah, studios are the most expensive. Like the difference between a studio and others are really large. So you have to be really sure. So obviously, as I talk about the other benefits, you can really think about it. And then obviously ensuite rooms are also after studio, but they are way cheaper than studios, but they are higher and more expensive than shared rooms or non-ensuite rooms, obviously. And then private rooms are obviously more expensive than shared rooms, because when you have a room with multiple people, obviously it's going to be cheaper. So cost is the reason why people go for any of them. So if you don't have a lot of money and you want to save cost, I would say go for a single ensuite room. I still advise an ensuite room, and I'm going to talk about why, but I'll say go for a single ensuite room, or maybe a shared room. If you don't have the money, you don't have the budget, then obviously go for a shared room with multiple people. So that's for the cost. Now, having people in your space, that's another reason why people pick between the different types. So not everybody likes people in their space, and having people in your space comes with a lot of drama. So with shared rooms, so rooms that ensuite, you have your own bathroom and toilet, and you share the kitchen, there's drama of clashing times of cooking. So sometimes you might all want to cook at the same time, and if there are not enough kitchen equipment or knobs, yeah, that might be awkward. Also the use of kitchen, some people might be cooking certain foods that you might not like the aroma, and when you're in the kitchen you might not want to eat, or it might just kill your appetite as well. There's also that part of it. There's also the fact of people not cleaning after themselves, so leaving plates and stuff in the kitchen, using the kitchen stuff and making everything messy, the stove. And you really can't beat anybody. You guys are adults, you can't force anybody to do anything, literally. So it's like when you're sharing spaces with people, you're at their mercy, so you just have to deal with whatever it is they bring, and they can be very noisy as well and might not be very nice. So yeah, but then also the other side of where they're really clean and nice, and obviously they bring value, they clean, they make the environment really beautiful. The problem is it can go left or right. But for kitchen, it's still a little easier to deal with, because you're literally just cooking, and it's so easy to clean the kitchen, and obviously you just move their plates and wash your own plates. It's not in your face all the time, it's not intimate for you. But then when you share a bathroom, and the people you're sharing the bathroom with, That's for non-ensuite rooms. When you share a bathroom, studios have their own rooms, their own bathrooms. Ensuite rooms have their own bathrooms. But non-ensuite rooms, when you share a bathroom, it comes with drama, because you can deal with someone not washing their plates, but can you deal with someone not flushing their toilet? Can you deal with someone staining the toilet seat and everything is smelly and irritating? Can you deal with all of you being pressed at the same time and you need to pee? Can you deal with every time you want to have your bath or shower, you have to see people? Like, there's some people that just want to walk naked around, like walk from their room to the bathroom naked and back. You really can't do that because you're sharing the room with people. Though there's a benefit of that, because most shared apartments, like most non-ensuite apartments, they clean the common area, so that's for the bathroom. But non-ensuite, you're going to have to clean everywhere yourself. Though I've heard of accommodations where even when you share the bathrooms, you guys will still have to clean yourself. So I'm not even sure that's really worth it. So I feel like if you go for a non-ensuite, at least pick the one that the university or the provider cleans it, because yeah, you want it to be cleaned substandardly, because it's like, not substandardly, cleaned up to standard, basically, because you don't want an accommodation that is just not smelling nice, you know. So yeah, that's for the cleaning part as well. Another reason, another pro or con or whatever, is socialization. So ensuite rooms and shared rooms give you a better opportunity to meet and interact with people, because it makes even bonding with people easier, because you want to cook, you bump into them. You want to watch TV or hang out in the lounge area, you bump into them. You have people around you, so it makes you guys bonding easier. But when you're in a studio, you really have to come out of your flat to literally speak to somebody or talk to somebody, as opposed or you have to make extra effort to bond with your classmates. You have basically limited options of socialization, except your accommodation has like socialization areas, which is not really that common. So that's like an opportunity for you to meet people. But studios can get really lonely and tiring, especially as an international student. You don't have anybody to ask, because if you're an international student and you're in an ensuite room or like in a shared room, you have people you can ask questions about, you know, life in the UK. Maybe you get lost or you get confused, you want to go somewhere or get something, you have someone at least that is based in the UK that can give you advice. Though you could also say that you can go ask the people that providing the accommodation, but it's always easier to just have somebody you're relating to as a student and all of that. So that's just one flaw of studio. But obviously having people in your space as well is stressful and you're stuck with them. But then if you have friends that are outside your accommodation, you can choose who you want to be friends with. They can come to your apartment, you can hang out and all of that. Another factor also is space. So studios actually tend to be small, except you're lucky enough to get a really large studio, but that means that the cost is going to go higher. So studios, because it's a room that has every single thing inside, it kind of sometimes feels claustrophobic, because if you're in a shared apartment or you're in an apartment that is ensuite but you share a kitchen, at least when you want to cook, you leave your room and go to the kitchen to cook, and when you're done cooking, it's the kitchen that is smelling of food and not your room. But in a studio, if you cook in that same room, the whole room will be smelling of food even after you have cooked. Or maybe you want to leave the food on the kitchen sink, or maybe you have unwashed plates. Everything is in your face. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It might not be the most appealing thing having your kitchen, your bathroom in the same space. And so even when you're lazy and not ready to clean things, or when you cook, everywhere will just be smelling of food. You're going to be seeing dirty plates and all. It's not really an exciting sight. Also a lot of studios, because everything is in your room and it's private, they don't have like a dining area with chairs or like settees and tables. And so if you want to have a party, it's kind of small and restricted. There's not enough space to have a party. Some have the settees and all of that, but it's not as much as it's not as much is not the right English. It's not as plenty as plenty is not the right English. There's not enough chairs in a studio. Guys, sorry about that. But like shared apartment, obviously, that because they know that multiple people are going to be living there, so there's enough chairs and settees to accommodate each and every one of your friends. And so when you want to have a party, there's space, and it doesn't have to be in your room. They don't have to mess up your room. You can have the fun in the dining area, and then when everybody is gone, you can go to your clean room, rest with that, and then worry about cleaning the place the next day. Do you understand? It's not like you're stuck in that one place. Or maybe if you're cooking something and then maybe you're doing palm oil or something that has a lot of smoke, you can't leave the kitchen and go somewhere else. You are in that room, so you have to leave your flat. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's quite restricted. But obviously, there are people that can deal with it. There are people that will clean after themselves immediately. There are people that are willing to just stay in their space, because obviously staying with people comes a lot of drama. Like I have said, like, it comes with a lot of drama. So I'm going to also talk about the fact that, yeah, the drama that comes with living with people. So living with people also has benefits and non-benefits. So another benefit of living with people is the fact that maybe you're cooking and you don't have enough Maggi, you don't have enough seasoning, you don't have enough milk or something. You can just say, oh, hi, sorry, can you give me your milk, or can I get some of your milk, and you just get it, or can I get some of your salt, and you just get, can I get an onion or something. Like, you are not stranded if you really need something. Or maybe if you want to go to the supermarket, or you forgot to get something and someone's going to the supermarket, you can say, oh, please help me get something. Or you guys can even bond over and go to the supermarket together, which I feel like is very good as well. So like studio, you're by yourself, so if you forget anything, you have to go back all the way to get it. But then if you're staying with people also, there's a risk of them being extremely noisy. There's a risk of them having a party in the middle of the pandemic when you're trying to be safe. There's a risk of them setting the house on fire. There's a risk of them doing things that you might not be comfortable with. For example, maybe you're not comfortable with people smoking or loud music. There's a risk of disturbance. So yeah, and there's a risk of maybe you want to have a party, your flatmate wants to have a party, everybody wants to have a party, and there's clashing times. Do you get? So it has the two sides basically. Alright guys, so those are some of like the different benefits and different pros and cons of living in a studio. I would say for me personally, I would advise that you go with an ensuite room, double ensuite room if you have the money, or an ensuite room that maybe isn't single bed, but at least not the smallest size of bed, because that's where I'm staying. I really enjoyed staying in my ensuite room because I like my privacy. I can stay in my room. If I want to shower, I just go straight into the shower. If I want to cook, the only time I need to see people is when I want to cook, and it's not every time that people want to cook at the same time. Do you get? So I didn't have to see people every time. But obviously I got lonely at times, and I enjoyed, just speaking to my flatmates, hanging out with them, going out. Like today now, myself and my flatmates, we went out. So it just really helps. And then even for like advice, sharing tips and tricks, even just bonding over student life, you want to just have people you can relate with, people you can chat with, people you can bond with. I would say that studios get really lonely and they're really expensive, and I feel like it's just not fun having everything cramped up in one space. Sometimes you just want a change of environment, you just want to walk, you don't want to be in your room, you want to sit in the dining, you want to sit in the kitchen area. Like, I feel like so an ensuite is better. My issue with shared rooms is, what if you don't like the person you're sharing the room after a while? Like, it's one thing to even share a bathroom, it's another thing to share a room with somebody. I just feel like it gets sickening, because you can deal with people making noise far away, but imagine somebody making noise right in your room. Like, and imagine if you want to have people over, they're going to be over in your room with people. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see it. And then for couples, I would even say a private flat, none of the options, or maybe a studio if they are both willing to pay the funds or the money and all of that, or maybe a double ensuite room. So a lot of accommodations allow a couple a double ensuite room. But I would say that if you're a couple, you shouldn't obviously share bathrooms with people. Like, it's just awkward. So anyways, yeah, my purpose is an ensuite room, single ensuite, double ensuite. But then it depends on you and whether you don't want to be around people. So maybe if you have social anxiety, I would still say that an ensuite room gives you privacy. Still, the only thing is you just have to go cook with people. And really, if you don't want to talk to people when you're cooking, you don't want to. I've heard of people with flatmates that they don't speak to each other because they just go to the kitchen. Oh, I forgot one very important thing. One bad thing about shared apartments is fridge space. Like, you might not have enough space to keep your stuff because, yeah, they literally ration the fridge space. So For someone like me that likes to buy things in bulk at once, it was quite difficult at first. There's also the risk of people stealing your food and eating your food and then saying they didn't eat it. So there's that as well. So there's some dramas like that. But obviously, if you have lived in accommodations in the past, you just have to deal with it. Like, people deal with things like that. I wouldn't say it's extremely bad, except you have extremely bad people. But I'll say that it's not that deep, but it's something you might think about. Also, another benefit I forgot to add is shared things. So for me as an international student, there's not a lot of things that I bought, but I have flatmates that have blenders, that have toasters, and we use each other's toasters. Or maybe you don't have enough pot, you could use your flatmate's pot, your flatmate's toaster. It depends on the relationship that you have with them, but you guys can bulk buy things together. Maybe you don't really eat bread a lot, you guys can bulk buy bread together and things like that. So there's like benefits of actually living with people, because yeah, you're just not stranded. You don't have to get everything by yourself, you know. So for me, like I said, the sweet spot is an ensuite room. It gives you the privacy of having your room to yourself, having your bathroom to yourself, and no worries about cleanliness. And then you have the kitchen area where you guys can share, watch TV shows together, gist together, and all of that. Anyways, if this video was useful, please let me know. Drop a comment, hit the like button, and if you have any more video requests, please let me know. Alright guys, bye.